Alright, man, so this happened earlier. I made a video about it, but I wound up deleting it. I wanted a great example to show with it, which I do, but it required you to go back and look at previous videos. So I wound up just deleting it and just said, F it, whatever. But this happened a lot earlier this morning. And now here it is, 7:46 a.m. So what I'm going to do is show you this video, and then I'm going to show you a video that just happened about 3 minutes ago. The main point of me showing this is just how, and this is the player that this is against. It is a suspicious player that I have marked. It's not going to show that they're marked because it's a replay. But my whole point of this video is just these suspicious players. They always seem to hold, or they always seem to get there. They have exactly what they need to win the hand every time. Now, in reality, this is not such a bad hand. And my hand isn't such a good hand. But what I'm trying to just explain here is how the same thing will happen. Like, I'll flop the world. I'll flop a straight with a flush draw, top flush draw, or I'll flop top set aces, top set jacks, top set kings, and they just won't hold. It will run a runner right to the suspicious player every time. So I'm gonna show this hand because this is the same bull crap that happens all the time. I'll flop. There's times that I've shown, or times that I have flopped, open-ended straight draws, with flush draw, and don't hit nothing, and they wind up winning with some bull crap, But for a lot of us, we can never hold, or we can never get there like they can. They always seem over 98% of the time. Literally over 98% of the time, they always seem to get there, or they always seem to have it. So this is the whole point of my video here. It's not really but a bad hand play on them, but again, they always just seem to get there. There's times in this tournament I had the same hand, not diamonds, but I couldn't hit nothing. It actually happened twice. I had spades. 9-10 spades, couldn't hit nothing, couldn't get nothing. Flop a gutter and a flush draw, couldn't get anything. The other time, I actually flopped the straight, but I knew I didn't get the straight. I knew they would have had a bigger straight, and guess what? They had a bigger straight with one card, which is a damn jack. So I'm going to go ahead and show this, and I want to show the other video. And the thing is, if I had their hand and I flopped this exact thing, it would have run a runner, them a flush, a top straight, a better straight, or it will most likely would have been a better straight. Now I want to show you the hand that just happened. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about. You might say, oh, big deal, you lose ace jack, but it is a big deal. It's because they always seem to get there no matter what. And just look at this. They had absolutely nothing. Like, why are you calling? And look. straight. What did you have to even go off of? You had absolutely nothing. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about. They always seem to get there no matter what, but we can't get there. This is another great example of what I'm talking about. Flush draw, straight draw, and look what time it is. It's the same day, just, you know, a little bit of time later. You may be like, what's the deal? You don't always hit, you know, your flush draws or straight draws. But I understand that. You don't always, but, I mean, for you not to hit it always, I mean, every time. Every time it's a miss, and they'll suck you in. They'll suck you in until you get all the way to the river, and they don't give you anything, you know. But when it comes to these other players, I mean, they'll suck you in all the way to the river and give it to them on the river, or sometimes they'll give it to them on the flop, but still suck you in all the way to the river. And what I mean to those others, I mean those other accounts that's suspicious players. Come on now. That happens way too often for me. Way too often. A lot more often than other online poker sites, and way more often than in live poker. Someone came on my channel the other day. I usually don't do it, but I just had pocket threes. I usually lose with these, even if I hit a set or flush. Or full house. Yesterday, a few days ago, I hit a flush. I flopped a set of threes, turned a full house, but on the river it gives them a higher full house. But so on, whatever. But my point is, they always seem to get what they need. So yeah, someone came to my channel. They asked a question. It was a good question, but they were being sarcastic about it. They were basically just being keyboard warriors. I usually would answer the question, but I sort of been losing patience with stupidity in general, just for everything in life. I've just been losing patience for it. I don't even entertain it anymore. But I want to tell you what they asked, and then I want to answer it. For those that really want to know, for those that's not going to be sarcastic and stupid. What they asked, and this is not word for word because there was a little bit more, but that's where the sarcasm comes in. But they asked, why do I continue to play on here? What they mean by play on here is America's Card Room. The reason I continue to play is because I want, and it's not that I actually continue to play because I've only been back on here for about 3 weeks. But why I continue to make these videos and play is because I want people to see what's going on. That's why. I want people to see this stuff. I don't want people just to hear me talk about it. No, I want you to hear me talk about it, but I want you to see it. Because that's the only way that people will learn, or people would be able to see the fraud and the cheating and the colluding and everything else that's going on. You got to see it for yourself. You got to experience it. I'm the type of person I just don't take people for their word or take information, just from one source. I got to hear from multiple sources, or I got to see it or witness it. And that's what I want people to do, is see it and witness it. Some of it may become repetitive, but again, you're seeing it and it's over and over. And like I always say, if it keeps happening, especially in the same manner and the same way, it's no longer random. It is something that's being done on purpose. It's not a coincidence. So take that out your mind, see it for yourselves, and I'm showing it. So that's the question, and that was the answer to that question.